Howdy, partner. So you want to learn how to make smoked salmon on a Pit Boss portable tabletop pellet grill? Well, you're in luck. We're going to show you today. Today, we're going to show you how to make some absolutely delicious smoked salmon on this Pit Boss portable tabletop pellet grill. We'll take you step by step through the process and explain just how to do it to get good results. If you like this video and you want to check out more of our videos on cooking on different pellet grills and giving reviews of grills like the Pit Boss or Secret Roll or different pellet grills, go to the bottom right, hit the subscribe button. Really appreciate the subscribers. That's what keeps the channel going. Also, likes, questions, or comments, put them in the comment box. And when you subscribe, you'll get more of these recipes that we put them out. So thanks for doing that. I really appreciate it. So today, we're focusing on a really nice, about a 2 pound, 2.5 pound salmon that we're going to go ahead and, salmon fillet rather, that we're going to go ahead and cook on this pellet grill. So the first step we got to do is going to be a dry brine. And for the dry brine, we're just going to mix equal parts salt, kosher salt, and brown sugar with just a dab of pepper. So this is about 2 tablespoons of kosher salt, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, dash pepper. And what we're going to do is you're going to put a little bit onto the bottom of the fillet. Put like this, or you could turn it over and rub it in. But we don't want to do too much on the skin, but just a little bit on the bottom. And then we're going to also coat the top. And we're going to coat the top pretty thoroughly. And this dry brine is going to help to pull some of the excess moisture out of the salmon while also giving it some really nice flavor. But we don't want to leave this on too long, because if we leave it on too long, it might dry out the fish or make it extra salty, which we don't want. So we've gone ahead and rubbed in this dry brine. If you want to take a close-up look at this, it's got a nice even coating. It's already starting to sweat a little bit. And we're going to let this sit here for just about 20 to 30 minutes. And after 20 to 30 minutes, we're going to rinse off this. Then we're going to pat it dry, put it in the refrigerator for a couple hours, and then we'll get to smoke on the Pit Boss. Stay tuned. All right. Well, it's been about 25 minutes, so it's time to go ahead and rinse off that dry brine. You see some of the excess moisture was pulled out. If I wasn't specific enough in the last part of the video, we did not leave this outside. This went back into the fridge to go ahead and brine. Don't leave it outside in the sun for 30 minutes. So all you're gonna do is turn on your water in your sink, and then you really, when I say rinse off, you just wanna rinse it off really, really well and get all that salt and sugar off of it so that you do not have any lingering, too salty of a fillet or anything else. So get it nice and cleaned off. And then you can go ahead and put it back on the work surface, or you can put it on a clean work surface if you want. And you want to pat it dry. So go ahead and get some paper towels. Pat dry both sides. Get rid of any lingering moisture. What that's going to do is when we throw this back in the refrigerator, it's going to let it get a nice layer on the skin from being dry, or rather on the flesh, that will really help to attract and soak in some of that smoke when we start doing the smoke flavor. So go ahead and get nice and dry, throw it back in the refrigerator, and it doesn't need to be there for very long, another half an hour or so, but if you got a couple hours like we do, go ahead and throw it back in, and when you're ready to cook, come on out. We're gonna cook this for about an hour or two on the smoker, so stay tuned. We're gonna throw this in the refrigerator for a couple hours, and then we'll be back. All right, well now is the good part. We're about to start smoking this salmon. So there's nothing magical about how you're going to smoke it. You can either do it on the smoke setting, which what we've turned ours on to, up to 225. This isn't too thick of a fillet, so I think it'll probably cook in about an hour or two. But we're just going to go on the smoke setting to start off with, which is around 180 to 200 degrees. And then if we get in a hurry and I get kind of hungry, I might crank up to 225. But generally speaking, smoke setting to 225. Again, this is a large, full fillet. It's nice, we've dried it out. Really great color on this, got that dry brine. We're now starting to smoke, so you want to be preheated and smoking. We're not quite at preheated, but we're getting close enough. And even with this smaller tabletop pellet grill, you will see that it fits this entire fillet just right. And then, which clearly you could have cut it and done, you know, it differently, but fits that very well. So now we're gonna go ahead and close her up, and then we'll check on back on it in just a few minutes. Should be really good. Also, one last thing before I forget is this particular pellet grill did not come with a thermometer, a meat probe thermometer, but I bought this one aftermarket, and I'll put it in the comments in case you want to pick one up, a link to it. But it's probably best to make sure you put this into the meat because it's going to cook pretty fast. The internal temperature that we're going for is right about 140, 145 degrees totally cooked. So since we're doing it a little lower, we'll go for 140 and take it off. But right now the internal meat probe is saying the temperature on it's still dropping, saying it's in the 70s, 60s, because it just came out of the refrigerator. So probably colder than that even. We're gonna go ahead and leave that there. And then we'll check back in a little bit. Stay tuned. All right, we are 1 hour and 40 minutes later, and the temperature probe is reading 141 degrees. So we're gonna go ahead and take it off. Again, you know, you want it to be about 140 or 145. I think 145 is how you want to be cooked, but it's gonna go up a few more degrees once you take it off. So we kept it at the smoke for the first hour and 15 minutes or so, and then I turned it up to 200 and finished off at 200. So an hour and 40 minutes for this cook. As you can see, if you want to come up close, we've got this delicious smoked flavor, a little bit of this fat coming out. Looks really, really good. So we're gonna take it off and I'm gonna let it rest for just a minute. Careful that meat probe, it's gonna be a little hot. And it should come off pretty nicely. Ooh, oh, that looks good. So let me set that here. If you wanna come on in and do a close-up, you'll see that this is just deliciously, perfectly cooked. We're gonna let that sit for 5 minutes and then I'm gonna dig in. Stay tuned. Also, I always turn up my pit boss to high and burn off any of the fat. It did pour down rain in the middle of this cook and the pit boss did great. Didn't matter being rained on, so stay tuned. Okay, 5 minutes. I can barely wait. This looks really good, smells really good. Gonna take out this tender piece of smoke. It looks super juicy, thoroughly cooked. Again, let's try this out. Oh, that's melting in your mouth. That is good stuff. Thanks for doing Mr. Great How To. Be sure to like, comment, most importantly, subscribe. Remember all these videos, if I can do it, you can too. Thanks for watching.